Hey, welcome to Filler. I'm Joe.
And I'm Steve. We're back, Joe.
And I wish I could full throat, whole heart say Happy New Year.
It's not really a new year, is it? It's just like December 51st to me.
I'm reading this comic right now called Assorted Crisis Events, and like it opens with this scene about like it's the apocalypse every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, yeah, it feels like the apocalypse every day.
Yeah.
And there's a scene of this character like getting on the train. She's like, it's the apocalypse every day, but like still got to go to work. And then like I had intrusive thoughts on the 7 today after reading that comic because I was like, this is true.
I do wonder sometimes when people say like, oh, every generation thinks they're living to see the end of the world. Like the Cold War, the threat of nuclear annihilation, World War II. Like all these things always seem like the world is ending, that this is the worst time in history. And I keep going back to that speech by Sam in The Two Towers of like, you know, great men rising to see, or what is it? Great men are like, they don't choose what time they're born in, but they meet the moment, something like that. Whether or not we're in like the worst time in history, we're certainly in the stupidest.
Yeah, that's true. I don't disagree with that. While you were talking about like the Cold War and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, like that was pretty bad. World War II was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps talking about World War III, so I don't think this is like Cold War level bad, but like pre-World War II level bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We'll see how much worse it gets.
But so with how like everything is, something I read on social media was that you have to keep making stuff and you have to keep being creative and you have to keep doing the things you love and putting out this positivity into the world, which I personally have been finding difficult because of all of the negative surroundings that we face. But I still think it's a good thing to practice. And I definitely feel after taking our 6-ish month break, I feel out of practice. And that's definitely hit me on an emotional level where I'm like, man, I could use goodness, even if it's just talking about fun things.
Yeah, I feel that. I think, to those of you listening at home, if we seem like we got to shake off the cobwebs, just bear with us. We'll get back in the swing of it, but it does feel good to do this again and talk about some things that we liked in the last year and cover quite a bit of stuff that we didn't get to talk about during the break we took.
Yeah, it turns out there was a lot of media in the second half of 2025, aside from all of the memes about the world ending.
Yeah. I can't believe that we took the season break before we could do an episode on Superman.
You know what? I'm kind of glad we didn't do an episode on Superman. That along with Sinners, I saw so many times that I felt like I was talked out with friends and whatnot. I definitely wish we like hit a zeitgeist on like a viral kind of level.
Hit that SEO.
Yeah. But I think it's fine. I liked it. I'm not returning to it anytime soon, but it was good. Maybe if I like see it on sale on Blu-ray or something, I'll pick it up. Like I enjoyed it a lot, but it definitely made me feel good. But nothing still touches that original Superman for me, that Richard Donner, even though James Gunn did his own thing, and I appreciated what he did.
I will say this movie surprised me because this was the first Superman movie I've like fully liked. And I know the original Donner is one of your favorite movies, and I do kind of have to put my brain in that time to truly appreciate it. Like it's 1978 and you're just amazed that a guy is flying, you know?
Yeah.
I actually just watched a great Cosmonaut Variety Hour video where he goes through every Superman movie. And it really is crazy, the peaks and valleys of that series. I never liked Man of Steel or Batman v Superman or Justice League, any of that, like Zack Snyder, DCU stuff. But this Superman movie really captured something I'd always wanted, as far as him just being like a good guy, you know? And I really like the message of how being kind and helping people can seem like punk rock or underground or counterculture in a time when people are so selfish and the world feels like it's falling apart. And I don't know, I really needed a message like that, and I thought it was also really funny, and Rachel Brosnahan is my favorite Lois Lane, so that if we didn't already talk about Sinners so much, I would say that's my favorite movie of the year, and it is, but that's me throwing in Superman for my number 2, I'd say.
That's dope.
I also didn't see that many movies this year, so not a lot to pick from.
I've been working on a Substack post since last year about like tracking my feelings and growth with superheroes as I've grown up, kind of ending with this thesis that like objectively a mature take is that Superman is the best hero.
Yeah.
And which I used to fight for years with various friends about whatever reasons. And I'm not going to spoil all my reasons now because I do want to finish writing that essay because I think it's going to be good. I'm already liking it now. I just got to finish reading some comics to like back up what I want to say aside from movies and TV shows. But I think as adults, like you can't front that Superman's not the best hero if you know what Superman is about at his cornerstone. And I think James Gunn does. So I'm with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that movie really made it click for me. I went out and bought Superman comics. Like I never cared enough before. Nice. And I'm like, now I get it. Like I always knew that it in theory, and now I finally get what's so great about him.
Yeah.
But what other movies did you like this year?
Ooh, okay. We're starting with movies first. Okay. So I'm going to split up my movies into 2 categories. I'm going to start with the movies from 2025 that I loved most.
Okay.
Which were One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Eddington.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen all of those?
Only Sinners, actually.
Only Sinners? Okay, cool. So I'm going to avoid spoilers with both One Battle and Eddington because I think you should go watch them and I think everyone should go watch them. Since you haven't seen both of them, I'm going to tell you the same recommendation I told Sherry, my sister. I think that people should watch Eddington and then like go for a walk, go get some pizza, and then come back and watch One Battle After Another.
Oh.
They are unequivocally about this moment in time. Even though Eddington is COVID era or high COVID era, it is 100% commentary on today's time. Eddington is so dark and twisted and funny. And everyone who hated it, I will fight them and say that they did not get the point of the movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to tell you what the point is. It is a satire. It is a dark comedy. It is 100% an Ari Aster movie too, so it's kind of.
I was going to ask, yeah, that's Ari Aster, right?
Yeah, and Joaquin Phoenix is the lead, and he plays a sheriff in a small town up against Pedro Pascal's mayor, and it's about their election, and that's as much as much as you need to say. I'm pretty sure the premise on maybe like Letterboxd or like whatever Aster reported it as, it's about a small town contending with a power plant, not a power plant, like a data center being built in the town.
Okay.
And like, that is true. It is also not complete. So it's a great movie, but it's very, very dark. And in the same way that it is dark, One Battle After Another starts dark and gets darker. And then for the second half, I saw it with my friend from work. We saw it in IMAX, fist pumping for like an hour and a half. And we were just like leaning forward in the seats. And like, it was a great action flick with heart and drama and just thrill rides. And like, Sherry didn't finish Eddington, but she watched One Battle After Another. So she did it wrong. And I was like, you didn't earn the goodness of One Battle because you didn't go through the trenches of Eddington. My coworker who's really into movies, I told him to watch Eddington. He did. He hated it and got the message. And I was like, you're wrong as a person, but at least you finished the movie. Sherry didn't. Yeah, both great movies. Definitely recommend doing them as a double feature because they were so fun. And Sinners is an easy one. That's just like,
oh yeah,
it's great to have fresh IP. Ryan Coogler is just, I don't think he was, He was on a warming streak. I think he's on a hot streak now. I think he's empowered. I think movie studios see what he's capable of. I think people are ready to give him money and say, hey, carte blanche, go make something for us because we know it's going to pull money because we saw what you did with Sinners.
Yeah.
We see what you can do. I know he's rebooting X-Files. And
Really?
Yeah, and the reason he's doing it is because his mother likes the original X-Files. And so he grew up with it. And so he's like, yo, my mom likes it. They're rebooting it. They need someone. And he got the job. So there's like cool. a personal entanglement in there, in addition to him just being good at making stories. Mm-hmm. So whenever that comes out, that's going to be fire.
Is it going to be a show again, or is it a movie adaptation?
I don't know. They haven't said anything, but whatever it is, I know it's going to be good because he's on it and it's personal for him. And he makes everything he touches personal and cared about. And then it becomes great. Whether it be corporate IP like Black Panther or his own personal stuff. But my favorite movie of the year, beyond anything, is John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness.
Okay.
Which is from the 90s. I'm pretty sure it's 94. It's Sam Neill just after Jurassic Park.
Oh.
And it's a commentary on capitalism, on crazy fandom. It is about an insurance agent going to a publisher to go find their acclaimed horror writer Sutter Kane, who is the stand-in for Stephen King. Mm-hmm. And he has to go to this town and go find him. And when he gets there, it turned into the most batshit horror movie ever. And I just I saw this and I was like, I think me at 32, when I saw it, I was like, I think this is making a run for one of my top 4 letterbox spots. Wow. So I don't know which one it's going to replace. I just got it on Blu-ray to rewatch it. It was just so good. Tight 95 minutes, hysterical, scary, creepy, great effects. Yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously. And this is the kind of horror I live for. So definitely recommend that. I'll lend it to you with the Blu-ray because it's we don't have to do a whole episode on it, but it's like a movie. I think you'll watch it and you'll be like, I see why Joe likes it. Maybe it won't be for you, but it is such a good movie.
Horror in general typically is not for me, but I do love some here and there. Usually the kind of horror I like is more dread than like the kind of scares that are going to keep me up at night. I like the kind of stuff that really sits with me and makes me contemplate life, not just because it has a deep message or anything, but just has a creeping kind of fear to it. Maybe it builds up to a crazy climax at the end, but just I like that kind of feeling as opposed to just being scared for the sake of being scared, because I don't get that appeal. Do you think that would fit what I would enjoy about it?
100%. I don't remember having any jump scares in this one. I remember there being oh damn, that just happened, but not jumping out of my seat scared. But the final shot leaves you with a and then credits roll. Yeah, he's really really good at doing that. Same thing with Prince of Darkness that he does. I don't think it's as good for me as In the Mouth of Madness, as The Thing, but he's really really good at endings where you just go, oh, so we're fucked. You kind of feel just bad in a really good way.
Yeah. The Thing has one of the best endings I've ever seen. It's just
if you like the ending to that, then I think you'll like the ending. Yeah, you'll enjoy this then.
All right. I'll give it a shot then.
What were your movies of the year?
I hesitate to bring it up because I only went to go see 5 movies, and Sinners, Superman. I can't even think of all of them right now, but one that comes to mind, I wouldn't say would be a favorite, but just because I've seen so few movies, and you and I have talked about this a lot, was Marty Supreme, and we have very different feelings on it. I cannot get into this again, but I think
I'm not even saying anything.
Okay. Here's something I think we can agree on, because our big disagreement is whether Marty experiences a change at the end. I say he does. You say he doesn't. I think it's kind of open to it's very open to interpretation. And my takeaway is that something changes for him, but I can't pinpoint what. And you have been very much of the mind of like, no, there's no evidence to support that he does. I don't want to spoil anything in case people want to go see it or watch it before award season. But two things I think we can agree on. One, even though I think this is Timothée Chalamet's best performance, I'm getting sick of seeing him in things because I'm sick of see, I knew you would. Because I'm just sick of every award season seeing him there. It's like, dude, take a break. And also, like, I don't get why he's Hollywood's go-to boy. Like, he's just in everything. Like, I saw it as Paul Atreides for Dune. I get it. But then he's like Bob Dylan. And I'm like, okay, they probably could have gotten somebody else, but sure. And then he's Willy Wonka. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? You know, like, why? It's everything. And I'm like, I'm sick of this guy. But I thought he was really good at Marty Supreme. Anyway, the other thing I think we could agree on is Marty Supreme is one of those movies that dude bros are going to love for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Like examples, I think, are Scott Pilgrim versus the World, 500 Days of Summer, Fight Club, American Psycho, the kinds of things where the protagonist is intentionally shitty. It's making a commentary about shitty dudes, especially ones that are high on their own self-importance. And for some reason, people just love to get that wrong. And in the worst cases, aspire to be like these guys. And I'm like, I don't know how you miss the point that hard. Like, I can already see it with Marty's little soliloquy to Rachel, basically telling her she's an NPC and he's great. Like, he's destined for greatness and she's nothing. I can already see that being taken like a you can't handle the truth speech from A Few Good Men, where like coaches will give that, they'll recite that as a pep talk at halftime to their teams. And then they go tell Aaron Sorkin that, and he's just like, you know, I wrote that for the villain, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to agree with it. It's just, all that matters is that he believes that. I don't believe that. I think that speech from Marty is going to be very much the same thing, of people taking away that they have to have the self-confidence to believe in their own talent and abilities and not stop being an asshole to people because you think you're better than them.
Yeah.
But I like movies like that. I like ones that challenge, I guess, what your notions of a hero is, because Marty is not a hero, but he is a protagonist. And there's got to be something compelling enough to follow him through the most insane series of events. Yeah. And I think, because like, I love the Safdie movies, but even this one I thought was like, this is too much, you know. Uncut Gems, good time. I was fully on board for it, like that tension and stuff. But at 2.5 hours, I thought this movie was like, it was just too much. And it was like, it was getting ridiculous. I'm like, oh, come on. But what makes that compelling, I think, is that it's almost fun to see how Marty's going to screw up again. And I find that subversion interesting, but maybe not for 2.5 full hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what's weird. I have very strong feelings about this movie, but I like it just fine. Like, I wouldn't say it's a favorite or anything. It's certainly not my favorite Safdie movie, but like, it's good, but I think about it more than I want to, you know?
Aside from Sherry, who abhorred the movie, she hated it, which I love her so much. Everyone I've spoken to kind of feels the same way.
Yeah.
In terms of like liking the movie, including myself, where it's like you, my movie buddy colleague at work, you were both like, I'd give it like a 4, maybe a light 4, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, and after talking about it both with you and him, I was like, I give it a 3.5 for the same reason. Like, it's the same thing. It's just like I lean a little more negative, probably because of my bias against Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
But like I agree. There's nothing I disagree with anything you said about it, aside from like interpretations. And like my coworker, same thing. We are both like, we like Uncut Gems and Good Time better.
Yep.
But this is cool.
Yeah, I'm happy I saw it, but I do think there are other movies I wish I saw also to be able to have a better sense of what to compare it to for great movies this year, which I think serves as a good segue because I used to work in Hollywood. I studied film and focused in screenwriting and minored in theater. And then I worked in LA at a talent agency and just kind of fell out of love with the whole medium. I just don't watch movies like I used to anymore. I used to be like an AMC member that was going to the movies 3 times a week to get the full use out of that membership. And I was seeing things that normally I wouldn't care about, but I just loved movies and I didn't mind going by myself. I just wanted to absorb it all and study the craft of it. And since leaving the industry, I've just kind of fallen out of love with it. And you know, I've redirected that energy into music because at the time I was really into film. I'd totally given up on music. I kind of have that mentality of like one pipe dream at a time. And yeah, I just kind of found that I'm not as interested in going out to see movies anymore. Like I have to see everything, which brings up a point on a note that you made today for talking about stuff we liked this year, that you were kind of feeling the same way about music this year.
Yeah. I think my feelings on music kind of stem from my activity in our local scene. And then that bled out into how I enjoy and experience music in general. And I'm tired of the rehearsals. I'm tired of the gigs where like we can promote as much as we can and it's still kind of I'm tired of like the annoying promoters that don't know how to answer an email. I'm tired of the sound guys with the chips on their shoulder. Like it's just it's just so much that I think I've been really grinding and trying to make music, like playing in bands music, a thing for I guess almost 10 years now. Wow. Since I moved back to the city, and that's in so many different bands. It's just like I was just like feeling tired on it last year. And that definitely spread into my enjoyment of like actual released music from other people. So much so that when you suggested doing this episode, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to write for like albums of the year. And then I made a list of 11 of them when I started looking at my library for my smart playlist. So I guess I'm full of shit on that one, but like, I don't know. I still feel like really burnt out on music and like I enjoy it. Like I like the challenge of like figuring out stuff. I like being in the practice space and like being like, oh, we should do that dynamic thing, or oh, my bass line's kind of crap. I should fix that, or we should do that. But just I'm tired, boss. Like
no, I feel like, exactly the same way because like, you know, our last episode of season 1, we promoted ourselves by talking about the new EP, and we had the whole band on and the producer Colin, and it was great to talk to everybody, and we were all excited to get it out there. And then nothing happened. You know, we had a great EP release show, and then it just didn't get any traction with reviews and plays, you know.
And it's stupid because it's not like we're not doing the work. Like we're grinding out on Instagram. Like we went like half viral for some stupid video.
The guy from Dashboard Confessional liked that video.
Yeah, like which that's cool, but like all right. Like let's see that like pour over into something then.
And I want to be clear for the record, I did not promote that. I have put money into other videos that would cross like a few thousand views on Instagram, mostly when we were starting out. I stopped caring about that after a while, but this one I didn't touch, and it hit like 70,000 something, and like was getting thousands of likes and shares and like lots of comments and engagement. And I don't know, sometimes you just crack the formula like that, and sometimes I enjoy doing that more than making the music.
Yeah.
But I will say, I totally agree about the being tired from making music kind of sucking the joy out of even listening to it. But I've also kind of replaced it with other things I've been very focused on lately, which we can get to in a minute. Yeah.
I'm happy that we did this because like it made me like sit down and like genuinely reflect on 2025 as a year for music. So I'll bullet point these and I'll end with like the top ones that I liked.
Yeah.
Okay, so Algernon Cadwallader, Trying Not to Have a Thought, Fire emo album, Military Gun, God Save the Gun. Forgot how much fun that album was. Wednesdays Bleeds. I'm not a Wednesday stan. I should be. I'm a white guy who lives in Brooklyn and I have a beard. And like, I should be in love with Carly Hartzman. I'm not. I think she's a great lyricist and writer and singer. I might be a big Wednesday guy now, but when Bleeds was the album that made me a Wednesday fan. Glitterers,
That's such a good name.
It's a great title. That's Ned Russin from Title Fight, just finally letting his solo thing be a band, which like I liked it when it was a solo thing. I think it kind of sounds the same. Complimentary.
But good. Yeah. I want more Title Fight, so go for it.
Exactly. I was into that. Now getting into like the mid tier for me for the year. Really, really, really loved Hayley Williams' Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party.
That's on my list too, yeah.
My problem with it, and I've talked to so many people about this, and they get it, and it's like still their favorites, and I respect why it's their favorite.
It's too long?
No, I love its length.
Okay.
That's what she said. But I was so frustrated with her rollout. I loved the rollout. I thought it was so fascinating, but I really, really love when people, artists, creators, whatever, say, hey, here's this thing I made. I want you to enjoy it this way.
Yeah.
So like, for example, at a restaurant, if onions are on something, I don't like onions, but I'm not going to order it without it because that's how the chef intended it.
Okay.
Hayley Williams released this as random songs and she's like, yeah, go make a playlist. I hated that. I didn't listen to it because I'm not a choose your own adventure guy. So only when it was a full album with a track list, then I was like, yeah, I'm with this. But like I was late to the Bachelorette Party because of that. So like it's a me problem with the album. It's not a her problem. I love that album. I think it's awesome.
I get that because I know she waited to see how the fans were going to interpret it before she put it all together. And in my opinion, I would have cut a few songs here and there. I don't think everything is that strong. But when it was just a bunch of songs put out there, it doesn't really matter, you know?
Right.
It's just like, oh my God, 18 new Hayley Williams songs? That's crazy. So I think there could have been some cuts, but at that point, you might be cutting somebody's favorite song and that'll upset them. So it was cool to have that experiment of like, what do you guys think this is? And then I'll follow your lead. Whether it works for you or not is debatable, but the idea of it I think is cool. And the fact that she put it out with another song attached called Showbiz at the end that was just scratching that old MGMT itch for me, a little Gorillaz kind of thing. I was like, yes. Or a little Daft Punk kind of thing with it too. Like I love that song. I love a lot of the things she talks about on that album. And I'm excited to see her in April because my partner Allison is a massive Hayley and Paramore fan. So it's going to be cool to see someone I've looked up to for a long time, but especially with an even bigger fan.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go fast through these because I'm trying to keep them short, but like I have stuff to say about them. Okay, Moving Mountains released their best album in June, which, respectfully, worst time to release a Moving Mountains song is the summer because they are a fall-winter band. There's creaks of wood in the first song. He picks up an acoustic guitar, and I'm just like, I'm sweating. And I don't want to sweat while I'm hearing that. But when I walk around in the snow, it's beautiful. Yeah. So their pruning of the lower limbs was great. Motion City Soundtrack came back with the same old wasted, wonderful world. If Jimmy Eat World weren't my favorite band, Motion City Soundtrack are. He does the perfect marriage of happy music with sad lyrics, and it's just great. And their final, quote unquote, album was Panic Stations, and it was a letdown for me. So it's really cool to see them back with something that is not a letdown and reinvigorating. And I'm going to see them next week, and I can't wait.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Another low-key legacy pop punk band that surprised me was the Starting Line, Eternal Youth. Dude, that album is their best album, and it was like 18 years prior was the last one. They're a great band. They just never hit for me. This hit, and it still hits, and I know it's going to keep hitting.
What made you try it out then?
I just saw the rollout, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I hit play on release day, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm a Starting Line fan now immediately. And I just hit play once I got to the end. My top 3.
Okay.
And I actually got them in the order I wanted to. Okay, cool. In 3 is Pups, Who Will Look After the Dogs. I feel like I went through the grinder this year in some regards, and this was a soundtrack to when I was like really feeling it. So I think this holds a harsh, weird place in my heart, but it is so, so good of an album. There's one song where he like contemplates suicide, but the reason he doesn't do it is because he says, who will look after the dogs?
Oh.
Yep. And me with Franklin and the depression that I deal with, that hit home real quick, and it just kept hitting home every time. Then was Anamanaguchi's Anyway, which has
great
the best
album.
It's so good. And this is like another like never got into them, now I love them band. That video for Magnet where they just have the Batman stuff going on in the background. Perfect video. I just listened to it again today and I was like, yeah, I'm still with this. It's not going anywhere. But my surprise out of nowhere one was PD USA's The Yips. So after I like dealt with all my crap with the Pup album that was happening, PD was like the next one that I remember in my whatever processing I had to do. And there are just some heavy hitter lyrics on there where I was like, ooh, you said that emotion that I'm feeling right now in such a raw way that made me feel seen and feel validated. And it's just like, it sounds like a buoyant pop punk song with indie punk influences and like 2000 emo style flair. And I love that album. I went to his other music and it didn't hit as well, and that's fine, it's good. But the Yips, I'm so close to buying it on vinyl just to like frame it. I don't even need to listen to it on vinyl. Yeah, because I love that album.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. I think you'd definitely get something out of it. And Chris Walla from Death Cab produced it, which
hell yeah,
makes sense why it sounds the way it sounds. It's so good. But yeah, those are my albums in a year where I didn't listen to music.
That's funny that not only do you say you didn't listen to music, you've got so many more on a list than I do.
Right.
But you put me on to a couple of my favorites this year, like the Anamanaguchi album and Johnny Football Hero, the Contingency Plan. That album was so good. I forget what the third song was called, but it was like just the perfect blend of like screamier My Chem that I needed, you know? Yeah. And it was political and angry in a way that like I needed to hear. But I've got some surprising ones too. I'd say Haley Williams is up there. One of the biggest surprises for me, though it really shouldn't have been, was Doja Cat with V. And it is V. I had to look this up because it's like French for life. I thought it was Vi because it's all about her like emotional longing and stuff, like romantic longing, things like that. What are you typing?
I'm literally looking it up because I don't listen to Doja Cat or know anything about her.
So that's the thing. I had always known her as like a singles artist, and I've liked basically everything I've heard except maybe Woman. But I mean, Say So is one of the greatest pop songs of the decade. And Kiss Me More with SZA is an incredible song. Like, I just like so much by her, but she was never an artist I felt the need to like get into like deeply. But my partner got me into this album because she was just like, you got to hear this. This is so good. And she was never that big of a Doja fan either. And from the second I heard it, I was like, this is giving me like the perfect like 80s pop, which like, I know we're all sick. We've been in 80s nostalgia for the last 20 years, but
I think there's a reason it's good.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Antonoff and George Daniel from the 1975 worked on this record, so that makes a lot of sense why it sounds like good 80s, you know? And Jealous Type is one of those hooks that just got into me right away. Gorgeous is like just such a beautiful flowing song, and I really like that Doja, with her singing and her rapping, it's almost like she's her own feature. You know, like
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah, because like when you hear her do some like Kendrick style flow or something in her rap verses, and then she can sing so well, it's almost like you usually hear this from two different people. And I just really like how she does it and does both so well. But I'd say my favorite album of the year is something I heard very early in the year and have brought up on the show was Lonely People with Power by Def Heaven. Because
it's a good album.
It's so good, and I'm glad you think so too, because it's like it's such a great mix of all their albums before. It's got their like signature dreamy black metal stuff, but hooks too, which they don't always do. And it's not all just simple, well, not simple, but like steady blast beats and unintelligible lyrics, which is all great. I love that, but since then, they've done like shoegaze and more like death metal with New Bermuda. And I love their shoegaze album, Infinite Granite. So to hear all of it kind of blended together and not disjointed at all, it actually all sounds like a cohesive record with different elements. I'm like, this is perfect. This is the best Def Heaven record. And anyone who says it's Sunbather, I'm sorry, you've got the nostalgia goggles on too tight. Like, this is the quintessential Def Heaven record. And it couldn't be more different than Doja Cat. But it's that does remind me that Doja once did a metal version of Say So on an award show. And if you haven't heard that, it's incredible. Oh, another album I really liked was Pool Kids, Easier Said Than Done.
Yeah.
I just really like that band. I wouldn't say this was like a favorite album per se. I'm just glad they're still making music and they're still growing, because this is a little more math rock and more math pop. And I just like that exists in theory, you know? And I definitely want to see them again because they put on a great show. I do have to ask real quick though. I don't know if you've heard this album, but I would love to know your thoughts on Geese Getting Killed.
I'm sorry, what?
The band Geese, their album Getting Killed, that like
Never heard of them.
Okay.
I never I
Brooklyn
really
white
tried.
boy.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. I really tried with Geese. I know I'm a contrarian, and so I actively try to fight the contrarian instinct in me. I put that album on and I really couldn't get through the first song. It was like, it felt like it was trying to do like this is going to sound redundant, indie black MIDI type thing.
Yeah,
or like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like even like black MIDI is like their own thing, their own animal. But it sounded like it was trying to take the black MIDI thing, make it a little more accessible, and then like call it New York or whatever.
Yeah.
The further I get away from that album and all of the just like Cameron Winter crap all over my algorithm. Honestly, to me, he's like the Timothy Chalamet of music right now. And that like, I'm tired of seeing him like just show up and like, I'm sure there's merit to their songs. I'm sure their music is interesting. I just don't think it's for me. I can't. I really did try. I really did try.
Joe, I am going to be the Subway Takes guy for a second and say 100% agree.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to set you up like that. I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of it is manufactured hype. And not to take this in a negative way, because like we're talking about stuff we love, but I kind of love to not love this album. Like I just don't get what people are seeing in it. And I feel like it's just getting hyped up to the point that people are tricking themselves.
I think it's cool that they blew up. Like I think the concept of this band blowing up, like a young band blowing up like that, is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure their publicist got an award or recognized for the PR, which like that is well deserved. That is awesome. Just the musicality is not for me, which is why I try to like not to like bash it, because I know.
Yeah.
like colloquially and like one-on-one with friends, like off mic, like I'll crack my honk jokes, but like I'm not gonna like go on the record as like a Geese hater, because then I don't want to like detract from, I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, you know.
I would just say it's not for me, and I could think of lots of other New York bands that are similarly rising that I like. I can't think of their name right now. Oh, Ben Stellar, I think are fantastic. And I would like to see them get the success that Geese have. Not to say Geese don't deserve it, but I would like to see more bands get that.
I would love for someone listening to this who is enamored with Geese, like truly, like hit us in the DMs.
Yes.
Like, and please, like, I will not fight you. I'm like welcoming the reasoning why it is you love Geese. Tell me which song I should check out and tell me why it's good. Like give me like in education, we always talk about like making all these avenues of accessibility to skills and content. I don't feel like I have an avenue of accessibility to Geese, and everyone that I've tried, I'm just like, not for me, not for me, not for me. Yeah. So give me one that's for me. Tell me why, tell me what I should listen to. And then like, I will hone in on it. I promise that, but it's just, I don't know. I think you and I do our due diligence, and
I'd say so. Yeah.
Is that your music category?
Yeah. Can we switch to video games now?
I was going to ask if we do video games.
Yeah.
I'm going to start on video games.
Go for it.
Because I think you're going to land that plane much more strongly than I can, but I can definitely hit the takeoff.
Hell yeah.
If you are a previous listener, you maybe know that I'm a Steam Deck fan. My Steam Deck has been gathering dust because I got a Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
If you are anywhere in the game sphere, you'll know and be like, hey, Joe, it's kind of the same system. And I'll be like, sure is. However, Steam Deck has replaced my PlayStation 5. I don't need AAA titles on PlayStation 5 anymore. I could wait a couple months until they come to Steam and hit a winter, spring, summer, fall sale. Any indies that I want to play, it's now on Switch 2 that I can play on my TV or my handheld. And I just like fully got like reinvigorated with video games with the Switch 2. It started with the Steam Deck, and like there was like a little fire going. Got the Switch 2 when I like finally just like set my mind to it after like hemming and hawing with you for several months. And after getting it, like I've loved it so much that I'm like sitting here like reading on Reddit about like games to check out and like whatever threads, and people are like, yeah, I really liked Tears of the Kingdom. Like it's pretty accessible if you like just go do your own thing instead of like trying to do the quote unquote right thing. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, am I about to try Tears of the Kingdom after really not liking Breath of the Wild?
I would try Breath of the Wild again because
with the same mindset.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. Because I mean, I personally think Tears of the Kingdom is a perfect kind of sequel because it does Breath of the Wild but more, and it's not going to hit as special as the first time, but it exists entirely off the back of what Breath of the Wild started, and to me form a perfect duology of just one great experience.
Yeah, so like I was super anti Breath of the Wild for the longest time, or like that duology, like you're saying. But I've loved playing everything on my Switch 2 so much that like I'll go buy a used copy of Breath of the Wild and give it a try again because I just loved it so much. But in terms of like singular games for me, I just really got into 2D Metroid games.
Yeah,
like Zero Mission on GBA has been my favorite. I've been using Nintendo Switch Online to replay some of them, and just like it's just scratching whatever perfect itch I have in my head of like fun video games where I'm not thinking about achievements or my KD ratio or finishing a battle pass or anything just stupid. And just like when I play Switch, I want to have fun.
Yes. And
I have fun when I play Switch. So my cheat answer is Switch 2 is my favorite video game of the year.
I remember after we saw Superman? No, it was a different time. You came over to my place and I was like, dude, I got to show you Donkey Kong Bonanza. And you're like, okay. And I turned it on, and I think within 30 seconds, you were like, I'm buying this game. I
haven't even bought it yet, and I'm still going to.
Oh, you should, because I I was showing you how you could just like break everything in the game, and that's like half the appeal. And then I opened the pause menu, and there's like a skill tree, and you're like, oh, okay, I need this.
I'm a skill tree bitch. I don't know what to say. I just love like I'm an action RPG kind of thing. I'm such a sucker for that thing, but like I can't get lost in menus. That's just not me.
That's what's great about Bonanza. It's not hard. It's not like an overly complicated thing at all. It's just dumb fun.
Is your game of the year just dumb fun?
Nope.
What is it?
I will say I loved a lot of the stuff on Switch 2 this year. Got it day one at launch. Normally I wouldn't say that people should get the Switch 2 right away. There's probably a lot of improvements they can make to the battery life and stuff. But if Nintendo was going to like pull a dick move and charge $80 for Mario Kart World, but they included in a bundle with the Switch 2 for only $50 more than the system, you're saving $30 on the game. Even if you think it's only worth 60 or 70, you're still saving money, and you're not going to get a Switch 2 and not get Mario Kart. So to me, that bundle is what makes it worth it. On top of the fact that I needed to play Donkey Kong, I'm really enjoying Kirby Air Riders, and a massive letdown with Metroid Prime 4. So I'm glad you're enjoying the 2D Metroids, and I would say just stick to that and like Prime 1 Remastered, because Metroid Prime is one of the greatest shooters ever, but Prime 4 was a pretty big disappointment. But I did a whole reel on our Instagram page about my favorite games of the year, and far and above, my new favorite game of all time is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I think I've talked about it a little bit on the show before, but this is actually a life-changing game for me. I am a big JRPG guy. I love Final Fantasy. I grew up with Pokemon. I'm huge into Persona and starting to get a little more into like mainline Shin Megami Tensei. I'm always trying out different series. Like I really started to get into Star Ocean, all kinds of different JRPGs. And some are turn-based, some are action, like the Nier games or Final Fantasy 16. But Clair Obscur takes things from all of those games and turns it into something wholly its own. Whether it be crazy plot twists or beautiful art and creative settings, even paying attention to the UI. Like it has basically the Persona action wheel, but it's all got this like painterly look to it. So it's like, yeah, I know it's Persona. I know what they took it from, but they're still doing their own thing with it, and including different combat styles for each of the party members. So the combat never feels boring, like, oh, select this. You have to strategize what things you're doing with each character. And, you know, it plays off of like Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi games with the like timed commands and dodging and parrying and things that if you miss even one parry, sometimes you'll just die. And sometimes parrying is the only way you can do damage to a boss. But I think above all that, it really is the story that just wrecked me, because it is so well told. There are so many hints and themes and things going through the whole game that just become more and more satisfying to pick apart once you know where it's all going. And the ending, I shouldn't spoil anything.
Don't, because I haven't played it and I'm gonna.
Yeah, you better, because you still have your PS5. I'll let you borrow a copy, but I would recommend just getting it yourself, because you'll spend a lot of time on it. Oh, and that's another thing that's great. I know you don't really like these super long games, and turn-based is kind of a hard sell sometimes. This game can be anywhere from like 25 to 60 hours, however long you really want to spend with it, because Act 3 of the game is just, you can do the final boss whenever you want. If you want to level up and grind, you can do that. You can do it by exploring the world in a new way and finding more pieces of the story. And I highly recommend you do that, because it makes everything make more sense and you'll get really strong. But the ending of the game, you're presented with two options, and one kind of can't exist without the other, because this is a game that's clearly about something, but it's not going to tell you how you're supposed to feel about it. It is giving you the option to explore your feelings on it and come away with your own conclusion. And I just think those two separate paths existing without there being a third true ending is what makes it a truly special commentary and experience that will just surprise you in all the best ways.
So I'm not a fan, as you can probably surmise from my Haley Williams commentary. I'm not a fan of like picking your own thing and like dialogue choices and trees and such. I'm not a fan of like choosing your own way to go, because in my head it's like if I choose one way, I'm missing out on the other. So did you have to play the game twice in order to experience both? Okay.
No, so there is a way to reload the save right before you make that choice so you can see the other ending. And
okay.
I highly recommend you do that, especially because it's going to be a very difficult choice. And once you do it, you're going to be curious what the other choice leads to.
Right.
I don't think you can fully understand fully grasp the point of it without seeing both endings.
Okay.
So, and that's the only like significant choice you can really make for the story. There is like a very light kind of relationship system like there would be in Persona, like leveling up your relationships with your party members, but that almost feels like an afterthought.
Yeah.
But it is a nice thing to include because it leads to cool upgrades and stuff. I won't spoil anything. This is the only choice that I think truly matters, and seeing both will give you the full picture.
It sounds like they thought of everything, like even like hard to please people like me, where it's like, I want to do both. And it's like giving that function kind of built into the game in order to do both. And then also making it meaningful from a narrative standpoint is especially impressive.
Yeah.
So
I just really hope that your contrarian nature does not get in the way, because I will take this one personally.
No, I've watched a lot of videos about Clair Obscur on YouTube, and it's like I think I'm gonna like the game because like it sounds like similar-ish to Sea of Stars Chrono Trigger kind of style in some aspects, and I like both of those games. So like
love those games.
That's not gonna bother me. I think for me, with my lifestyle, with my dog, with my job, with grad school, with bands, like I always find games like this intimidating to get into.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a big reader, so I feel like I'm stuck into the world of books. Like I have to finish the book once I start it. So I'm gonna feel, or I'll feel compelled to finish it and like not be able to do anything else while I'm playing the game, even though that's not true. It's like a me thing. It's not a game thing.
I will say this: it is going to be much easier to get into than Zelda, because Zelda is like super overwhelming. It could be 105 to 150 hours to do everything.
Yeah.
This is a way lighter ask for sure.
Okay, that's good to know. Then I'll give that a try. Now, I think to switch gears, but to still like keep it in terms of narratives, was this your favorite story or favorite piece of like visual media this year?
Easily. Yeah.
Even beyond TV, beyond movies and everything?
Well, I did get into Severance this year, and that was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. And I've gotten back into Survivor to show it to my girlfriend, and we've been loving it and catching up on seasons I've never seen to get ready for season 50. But nothing fulfilled me and like challenged me the way Clair Obscur did.
Gotcha. Did Severance make you feel that dread that you like?
Oh,
that
God,
we were talking about horror.
Yeah, because it's part mystery, part commentary on capitalism, and like anytime capitalism is the antagonist, I'm like feeling that dread, you know, because it's just like, oh, that's too true.
I find like Severance to be a challenging show. I like it for the record, so I'm not like poking holes or anything.
Yeah.
I found that when season 2 came out this year, I really like had to. I struggled to care again.
It has been a long time.
Yeah, like kind of like Stranger Things. Like when it finally came out, I was like, I don't care, and then you're dragging it out for another 3 or 4 months, so I care even less. Did you watch all of Severance, like season 1, season 2 back to back, or did you remember it? You did.
No, I never saw season 1 before this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I cannot imagine waiting 3 years after the cliffhanger of season 1.
Well, meet the product of that. I had to rewatch season 1 because I wanted to remember everything for season 2 because I loved season 1 when it came out.
Yeah.
Did you like season 1 or season 2 better?
Oh, I can't pick.
Really?
Yeah, I think 1 is a little more concise, but 2 really expands on things. And I like that it starts to answer some stuff, but not everything. And it ends in a way that I'm like, this could be over right here. Like it could be contained in this moment, this ending. And there's enough to speculate on that you could keep it going, but I'm satisfied where it is too. So I would love more, but I'm good where it is too.
From what I've read, if I remember correctly, I think Ben Stiller confirmed it'd either be 3 or 4 seasons in total.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be a long-winded, like Lost drawn series.
It's more like a Breaking Bad where they're like, we know what we're going to.
Right. Yeah. Which is very necessary for like this mystery box type of television. Because if you don't know what you're going to, then you get lost and then you just like, you can miss the boat like, or not land the plane in that.
Oh, it was a plane, right? I've never watched Lost.
It was a plane. Yeah, it was a plane. You should watch Lost. Everyone should watch Lost. There's like really good spiritual elements in it that like it's uplifting. And then you could just join everyone else and be like, well, yeah, obviously it was that, but also be a little unfulfilled too. Because like the best of Lost is better than the worst of Lost. And like, obviously, but I mean like,
the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, 100%. Like very, very easily in that show, or at least I think so. I think that show's awesome. I didn't watch a lot of TV this year. Mm-hmm. I think you're more of the TV guy, whereas I'm more of the movie guy. I
don't know how that happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
A big part of it, I think, is Allison because she wants to watch shows. Like we got to get into Pluribus because that's a new Vince Gilligan show.
Started watching that. It's pretty good
about it. Yeah,
it's good. It's like it's kind of dense. So like I didn't finish it because I feel like emotionally exhausted after each episode, but it is really, really good. So I didn't finish the season. I think it's like 6 episodes maybe, and I got like 2 or 3 in, and I was like, I can wait until it's over.
Oh wait a minute, was Andor this year? I can't even remember anymore. Maybe. I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Andor was. Yes, it was. It was 2025. That's the best Star Wars thing. Like, hands down.
I agree with you, and I haven't even finished season 1.
Oh, oh boy.
I saw enough of season 1 to know this is the best thing.
Did you get to the prison arc?
I watched the first 3 episodes. I don't remember.
Oh, no. Oh, it just gets better and better. Like, from the heist arc to the prison arc to the, like, just go watch it. It's great.
I think I was like burned out on Star Wars because I really loved The Mandalorian when it came out. I thought it was so fresh and so good.
Yeah.
And season 2 was like making that a little more bombastic, but like maintaining what made Mandalorian season 1 so good. And then Book of Boba Fett came out and I was like, there it goes.
Yeah,
we have officially jumped the shark. No, it was really bad. I didn't finish it. And I haven't cared about Star Wars media since that and Rise of Skywalker. And
but
so,
in a very different way.
Yeah, I think I feel similarly about Rise of Skywalker and Book of Boba Fett. I think they're...
Is it that bad?
Which one? Rise or...
Rise, because Boba Fett, because I haven't seen that, and I hate Rise of Skywalker. Maybe that's why I've never watched Lost, because J.J. Abrams totally shat the bed on Rise of Skywalker.
I think Boba Fett is like a really just like... This could have been an email TV show. And it's like the worst of Saturday morning cartoons. Like think like filler Power Rangers, but for 6 episodes, and it is so serious.
Oh
but
my
like
God.
it's not. He's in the back to tank, and he just keeps going into these flashbacks of him eating like Ewok meat, and it's just like, you get it, man. You're Dances with Wolves in the Ewoks. Like no one cares. I didn't finish it yet. The Share Company would probably be my favorite. It's like David Lynch meets Tim Robinson, which is crazy, but yeah, it's fire. That's another, like, I can't finish this because it's like dread inducing, but also anxiety inducing on top of that, in like the Tim Robinson way. So that's like my honorable mention, I guess. The Pit is such a good show that everyone should go watch.
I've heard great things. Yeah. It's like 24, but in an ER, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just over the course of 15 episodes, I think. And I never watched 24 because I find it hard to look at Kiefer Sutherland. And the more that comes out about him as a person, the more validated I feel. And I can't take him serious as like an action star. I think that was my first problem with it. So I never watched 24. But The Pit is like, have you ever watched ER in the 90s?
A little bit. Yeah, growing up.
Okay. So, like, if you think of Noah Wyle on ER and then just like old man Logan him and put him in the pit, it's fine. Like that's like my headcanon, and I'm good. Like, take him out of Chicago, drop him in Pittsburgh. It's Noah Wyle saying doctor things, and you're just like, he's doing his best. And his best is not good enough ever, but you still watch him try.
Okay, so last thing before we sign off, what's something new you've gotten into in 2025?
Mine was yoga. I could never find a workout or a movement or anything like that like really, really hit for me. And after a trip to Maine this past April, I just came back and I was like, I need to move my body in some way. Like you shake off all that winter crap, and which we're currently in, is like killing me mentally. And I just started doing hot yoga, and I really, really liked it. And turns out like I got pretty good at it pretty quickly, just like by going twice a week. And I felt a lot of spiritual benefits. I felt a lot of mental benefits, a lot of physical benefits. And then winter and work came again, and I fell off. And it's like I'm noting a pattern now with it, because yoga is by far my favorite exercise I've done. Just because it combines all of these elements into one. So it's nice to note the pattern I fall into every year, with school starting in the fall and becoming busier. And now I'm like sacrificing my personal time to maintain my health and whatnot. So now knowing that and experiencing that, I feel good to like get through winter and like just try to get to a class every week or as much as I can, and like not be hard on myself, because I know I'm going to bounce back come the spring. And now knowing I'm bouncing back in the spring, finding a studio I love, I will be able to make a practice that I can keep going as I continue life and work and whatnot.
Wow. Yeah. I've heard you talk about it a lot, and it sounds like it's been great for you. I know how hard it is to find exercise you enjoy. It's because I still haven't. I probably should try that. Yeah, no, that's great to hear. I'm happy for you.
Appreciate that. What can I be happy for you about?
Happy for, pity, whatever you want to take it. Magic the Gathering.
I'll leave the pity to Allison. Let me enable you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Because I've been kind of like a Coke dealer to my friends with Magic the Gathering, where I buy them decks and be like, hey, first one's free. And then they get addicted like I am. And you're one of those people.
I have the content in my Instagram algorithm to prove it.
Yeah, and you DM them to me, and I really appreciate it. But what's weird is it's also ended up in Allison's Instagram, and she doesn't even play it, and
that's funny,
rolls her eyes at me when I do. But I swear to God, this stupid card game has really just ordered away the bad thoughts a lot in the past like half year. I got into it because of the Final Fantasy expansion, and at first I thought like, that's all I'll care about. I'll just buy cards from that set, whatever. And then I got really into the game, and now I'm like excited about the new set, Lorwyn Eclipsed, which is a fully in-universe set, and I'm already having opinions like, oh, there's too many outside IPs. But I was a big Yu-Gi-Oh kid. Like, I was obsessive about Yu-Gi-Oh, to the point where my parents had to take away my Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the entire school year because I could not focus on anything else. And there was a time in college where a bunch of my friends got back into Yu-Gi-Oh. There's just something about trading cards and obsessing over the strategy and building decks and stuff that I just love, and I can get so in the weeds about it. And Magic it just feels like it's something that I didn't even know I've been missing for my whole life. Like, it sounds stupid, but like,
no,
literally one of the best things about it is making friends through it, or teaching friends how to play it. And it's going to sound ridiculous, but it's about the gathering, like getting people together, especially if you're playing Commander, because you can play with 4 people at once or more. And
I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine that.
No, you're really not supposed to. 4 is like the optimal number, but you could. It's just so cool to, interact with people in different ways, make alliances. That talks to my like Survivor love, strategizing and like surprising people. And it's just got so much, like, the collectability of it, and the, I got all the fan service from Final Fantasy and some from the Avatar set. So that's Last Airbender, not the blue people. And I'm pretty excited for the Hobbit set that's coming out this year. And I follow so many YouTube channels and see that a lot of people I didn't know play Magic or like really big into it, like Cosmonaut Marcus or Aaron Hansen, or like 2 drag queens I love named Bosco and Irene the Alien. They're starting a Magic YouTube channel.
Nice.
So it's just kind of opened up a whole new world to me. And I really want to have a friend on who's like a semi-pro, like competitive Magic player come on and talk about it, because it would just be cool to hear someone who takes it like that intensely, and gives me something to grow toward,
Yeah. Where do you think you're going to go with Magic the Gathering?
Not like competitive or try to be pro or anything, because like it's already taken so much of my money, and that's the real biggest downside. But I just want to play more, like go to different game stores and hop in Commander games and go to pre-releases to like I just did for Lorwyn, where you're like all learning these cards at the same time, and you got to build the deck on the fly and see if the strategy you put together actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's so engaging, and it's a great way to meet people. And I'm surprised at how few people at these game stores actually smell bad. Because I know the stereotype. It's not 0, but it's not as many as you think.
I guess that's good. Breaking the stereotype without fully making you feel like you're gaslit by it.
Yeah, it's not unfounded, but I will definitely be wearing deodorant there because I always do.
And I think that's a great practice for us to end on, no matter if you're playing Magic or going to the movies or watching TV at home by yourself. Do you have any final thoughts about anything we talked about?
It's good to be back, and I'm looking forward to doing more of this.
Me too. So I'm still in grad school, and I'm saying this out loud, even though like it's this is me not committing to like a weekly thing for us, because I want to make this more sustainable and more fun to look forward to. Because I was definitely like not dreading, but had a little anxiety of doing it again. Yeah. But I agree with you. It's a fun practice to do, and it's like a nice ritualistic thing to return to. So I'm looking forward to seeing like what we can do to make it feel more sustainable and make it feel more regularly awesome, instead of like these bursts of like, that was great. Oh, what are we going to talk about this week now?
Yeah.
Like kind of thing, So I think it'll be fun to figure that out. Yeah. But that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Filler. If you liked what you heard, please rate and review this episode to help others find it. For more recommendations and explorations of media we love, Go to afterschoolspecial.xyz and follow us on Instagram @fillerpod. See you next time.